For years, the whole conversation about tech in our factories has been about one thing, right? Replacement. Robots, AI, they're all supposedly coming for our jobs. But what if that's not the full picture? What if I told you there's a different kind of tech out there that isn't about replacing people at all? It's about empowering them, and it's solving a huge kind of hidden crisis in our industries.
So, let's start with a number. And it's a big one. $400 billion. Yeah, you heard that right. That is the insane amount of money that unplanned factory downtime costs the world's biggest companies. Every single year. We're not talking about a small problem here. This is a massive financial bleed that puts the whole manufacturing sector at risk.
And to make that huge number a little more real, let's look at just one factory. On average, a single facility loses about 30 hours of production every month because of these surprise shutdowns. 30 hours. That's almost a full work week, just gone. Poof. And it's all because of stuff like machine breakdowns, running out of parts, or simple human error. The things that just bring the whole assembly line to a screeching halt.
Okay, but this isn't just about broken machines. It's really a people problem. And this quote here just nails it. We've got this massive wave of retirements, and it's draining our factories of their most valuable asset, experience. Those veteran technicians, the ones who can tell what's wrong with a machine just by the way it sounds? They're leaving, and they're taking all that tribal knowledge with them. And when they go, it gets way harder and takes way longer to fix things, which just makes that downtime problem even worse. So this all leads to what you could call the automation paradox. For as long as I can remember, we've been told that technology is the enemy of the factory worker. But is it really that black and white? And look, that fear isn't coming from nowhere. It's real. Since the year 2000, automation has played a role in the loss of 1.7 million manufacturing jobs in the US. That's not a small number. That has real-world consequences for families and communities. And it's exactly why so many people see technology as a threat that's here to replace them.
And yeah, that trend is picking up speed. Look at these projections for the next decade. They're pretty wild. We're looking at almost a third of all US jobs having the potential to be fully automated. And for another 60%, the day-to-day tasks are going to be changed in a big way by AI. There's no getting around it. The way we work is changing, and it's happening fast.
But what if we've been so focused on the replacement tech that we're missing something else entirely? This is where the story takes a turn. We're going to talk about a narrative where technology doesn't take your job. It basically gives you superpowers. This is the world of the augmented worker.
What we're talking about here is augmented reality, or AR. Now, all that means is it's a technology that overlays digital information right on top of your view of the real world. So think of it like having a super smart assistant that projects exactly what you need to see right onto the thing you're working on. You never even have to look down at a manual.
Okay, so what does this look like on the factory floor? Let's paint a picture. You've got a new technician, kind of green, standing in front of a complex machine that's broken down. They put on a pair of smart glasses, they look at the machine, and boom, the AR software knows exactly what it's looking at. Suddenly, a 3D diagram pops up in their vision, highlighting the exact bolts they need to loosen in the right order. And let's say they get stuck. No problem. They just start a video call. A senior expert who could be on the other side of the country sees exactly what the technician is seeing. They can literally draw on the technician's screen, circling the right valve, saying, "No, not that one, this one right here." And that, right there, is the key. This isn't about virtual reality, escaping to some digital world. This is about making our world, the physical world, smarter and more connected. AR is the bridge. It connects a real, physical piece of equipment to all of its digital information, the manuals, the repair history, live data, and puts it right in front of the person who needs it, right when they need it.
Now, this all sounds really cool, but the big question is, does it actually work? Let's move from the theory to the proof. We're going to look at some real, hard numbers from companies that are already using this stuff.
So, let's get right to it. Does this actually make a difference when things are going wrong on a busy, high-pressure factory floor?
Okay, let's do a little before and after. The old way? You're flipping through some giant, greasy paper manual, trying to find the right page. You're making your best guess and hoping you don't make things worse. And all the while, you're waiting for that one senior expert to finally have a free moment. Now, the AR way? You've got hands-free, 3D instructions right in your face. Error rates plummet. And that expert? They're available instantly, from anywhere. The difference? Well, it's night and day.
And we've got the numbers to prove it. Take Bosch. In their car service workshops, mechanics using AR finished each repair task 15% faster. Just think about that.
That's a huge efficiency boost, stacking up with every single car that comes through the door.
And it gets even more impressive. Let's go to Boeing. I mean, the complexity of building an airplane is just off the charts. They had technicians using AR glasses to build these incredibly complicated wiring harnesses. The result? They did it 25% faster, a quarter of the time, just shaved right off.
But honestly, this next number is the one that really blew my mind. For that same project at Boeing, do you know what the error rate was? 0. A big fat 0. They didn't just reduce mistakes, they eliminated them. That's what happens when you have perfect step-by-step guidance every single time.
So you see, it's not just about being faster. The ripple effects are massive. Equipment downtime gets crushed, you don't have to fly experts around the country anymore, so travel costs disappear. Every single repair doubles as a live training session for your newer employees, and the whole thing is automatically recorded, creating a perfect digital trail of what was done. It's not just an improvement, it's a total game changer for operations.
Which brings us right back to where we started this whole conversation, but now, hopefully, with a totally new way of looking at it. The future doesn't have to be human versus machine, it can be human plus machine.
I think this quote just says it all perfectly. The modern workplace isn't about where you are anymore, it's about what you can do. With tech like AR, your single best expert can be virtually present at any job site at any time. It totally changes the game from being about physical location to being about spreading capability.
Okay, and let's go right back to that fear of job loss. Because here's the really fascinating, kind of ironic part. The exact kinds of jobs that AI helps the most, hands-on jobs, skilled trades, repair and maintenance, these are the jobs that are least likely to be replaced by AI. You can't automate creativity and complex problem-solving on the fly. These are resilient jobs.
And this chart really shows you the two different roads technology is creating. On one side, you have routine, repetitive work like data entry. Yeah, those jobs are declining because AI is great at that. But on the other road, you have skilled, hands-on work. Look at wind turbine technicians, projected to grow by 44%. For those jobs, AI and AR aren't a threat. They're a tool that makes them better, faster, and safer at what they do.
So let's end with this. For decades, the question has always been, how many jobs is technology going to take away? But I think AR is forcing us to ask a much, much better question, a more exciting question. If technology can be used to supercharge our skills, to solve our biggest problems, and to share knowledge instantly, then what is the real potential of a human worker? What are we truly capable of?